Hi guys. Our words have a major impact on shaping our lives. If you want to know what your future would look like in 5 years from now, then listen to what you're saying about yourself today. Let me ask you, do you speak victory over your life or you speak defeat? Today, let's talk about how to transform your negative inner self-talk to the language of power. As a leadership and performance coach, I share with you tips for success in life. Please subscribe to my channel and hit like. Thank you for liking. Now, let's get started. Our words set the direction for our lives. We keep running a dialogue inside our heads. This monologue becomes the sound of our voice. What we talk about ourselves is a mix of conscious and unconscious beliefs and biases that we hold about ourselves. This inner self-talk influences our behavior and our self-esteem. Have you noticed that our pattern of self-talk is often negative? We focus on preconceived ideas that I'm not good enough, or I'm always a failure, or I wish I was smarter. Our brains are hardwired to remember negative talks over positive ones. When we replay these messages in our minds, they fuel negative feelings and emotions. Positive self-talk does the opposite. It increases our confidence. Guys, it is not about being narcissistic or deceiving ourselves into thinking that we are the best and things are rosy in our lives. It is about showing self-compassion and self-respect. As I mentioned in a previous video, developing self-esteem, a positive self-image, is an ongoing process that requires consistent effort and self-reflection. Research has proven that positive self-talk is very important in building self-esteem. In a landmark study on positive psychology, a large group of adults ranging in age from 35 to 44 were asked to write down every night 3 things that they did well that day and to provide a brief explanation why. Over the next 3 months, their degree of happiness increased and their feelings of anxiety and depression decreased. Guys, positive words we use for ourselves can enhance our well-being and improve our brain function. Leading researchers on happiness say that if you want to develop lifelong satisfaction and fulfillment, you should regularly engage in positive thinking about yourself. You should share your happiest events with others, and you should savor every positive experience in your life. At the end of the day, my husband and I often talk about events of the day. We emphasize on what we did well and what was good. Of course, our days have dark spots too, and we do share those, but we don't dwell on it. Scientific literature has proven that if you use language of optimism and positivity to engage with others and towards yourself, then your life satisfaction will increase. Don't you think that peace and happiness are meaningful and worthy goals to pursue? We want our friends, our bosses, spouse, children to make us happy. We pray that God would make us happy and successful. Guys, here's the thing. We don't need to depend on anyone because we can make ourselves happy. We can encourage ourselves. We can keep our spirits up so we can be successful and fulfilled. Isn't this powerful? Then why won't you change the inner monologue and your speech to move towards what you want to see in life rather than being against yourself? It makes sense, right? You will say, Poonam, this is bogus. I can't just say good things about myself. Things don't happen this way. I will say that it is already happening. You are who you are today because of what you have been saying about yourself, because of what you have been calling in. This job will be tough for me. I will never get out of debt. My health will never turn around. Well, you just called in lack. You just called in struggle. One of my students says he will never meet the right girl because he is not attractive. How do you think he shows up for a date? Feeling unattractive. What image does he project to his date? Unattractive. Pay attention to what you're calling in. We will eat the fruit of our words. There is scientific evidence to support this statement from the scriptures. What we are constantly talking about, we are inviting into our life. Don't invite defeat, mediocrity, and lack by having a low opinion of yourself. Guys, if you practice saying positive words about yourselves 10 to 20 minutes per day, it can turn on stress-reducing genes. Daily prayer, positive affirmations, repetition of positive words such as love, peace, harmony, trigger relaxation response in the body. Positive words bring the body to a restful state. Our cells calm down, oxygen consumption decreases, and stress is reduced. Positivity and optimism about ourselves can change our gene expression. Let me simplify this. Your words can change your genes. Your thinking, your environment, and cultural influences can alter the way your genes function without actually changing your DNA sequence. This influence is called epigenetics. You are no longer bound by societal or family conditioning or your circumstances. You have a choice in determining what input your genes receive. You can set the direction for your life by changing how you speak about yourself. When David faced Goliath, he didn't talk about how dangerous Goliath was. David talked about victory. Successful business tycoons, leaders, researchers speak of victory. They don't see themselves as a failure. Whether you are in sports trying to win a tournament, ace an exam, or trying to lose weight, combat anxiety or depression, change the way you talk about yourself because this practice can trigger positive changes in your behavior so you can better handle life's challenges. Pay attention to what you're saying about yourself, about your family, your finances, your health, because you're going to become what you continuously say about yourself. This is not theology. This is scientific. I was coaching a leader whose speech was riddled with self-doubt and defeat. Despite being in a position of influence, he often said, "I'm not politically savvy. I fail at negotiation. I have no influence." This is the language of defeat. It drains your energy at subconscious level. Your enthusiasm for handling challenges plummets. You show up with low confidence. As a leadership and performance coach, I train individuals to modify their negative self-talk so they can become their own coach. How to transform negative self-talk to language of power. Observe your inner speech and keep a record of what you're saying about yourself. Listen to this inner voice without judgment. Write down those words on a sheet of paper. Do this for 3 days, just 3 days. Then find some time to go over what you have written down. Guys, this is not a futile exercise. You are investing time in diagnosing the enemy within. You will notice a pattern. Are you talking defeat or victory? Most people notice an ongoing negative self-talk. Confront your inner critic when it shows up. Challenge self-sabotaging thoughts by recalling memories that counter your limiting beliefs. Focus on what went right, what you did well. You may have made an error, but surely there are many times when you succeeded. Replace negative thoughts with a positive dialogue. Change your internal narrative. Like this, for example. I failed and embarrassed myself, but I'm proud of myself for trying. That took a lot of courage. Or, I can never do this, to this is a wonderful opportunity for me to learn and grow. Doing so will enhance your performance, satisfaction, and professional success. In addition, randomized control studies have shown that changing negative internal narrative to positive is a quick technique for reducing stress, anxiety, irritability, and depression. If you want to dig deeper into scientific research, I suggest you read this wonderful book called Words Can Change Your Brain by Newberg and Waldman. Friends, look for power within where infinite power lies. Learn to be deeply aware of yourself so that you don't get caught up in a negative self-talk, destructive emotional state, so you don't sabotage your own ability. Positive self-talk will give you energy and enthusiasm to take concrete actions so you can move from dreaming to actually reaching your goals. Guys, the only person you need by your side is you. Speak victory over yourself always. Take charge.